You don't have to venture far to find paradise. It lies right on Europe's doorstep. Come and discover a world as you have never seen it before. So unique that it was declared a World Natural Heritage Site. The Schleswig-Holstein Wadden Sea National Park extends from Denmark in the north to the River Elbe in the south. With its 4,400 square kilometers, it is the largest national park between the North Cape and Sicily. A habitat that changes its face twice a day. Submerged during high tide, the water recedes at low tide to a third of the Wadden Sea area. This is one of the last regions in Central Europe where nature is largely left to its own devices, undisturbed by humans. Letting nature be nature. Every year, the island of Trieschen drifts 30 meters further east. Seagulls, terns, spoonbills and cormorants come to this secluded landscape to breed. For humans, that means no access, with one exception: an ornithologist from the German Society for Nature Conservation, who lives here from March to October, all by herself. Every day she counts the birds, a task that certainly keeps her busy. 2 million migratory birds stop off at Schleswig-Holstein's Wadden Sea to rest. They travel up to 4,000 kilometers here from their breeding grounds in northeast Canada, Scandinavia, and the Russian Arctic Sea coast. The mudflats and salt marshes are a rich source of food. Re-energized, they continue their journey to West Africa, where they spend the winter. Almost 100,000 pairs of shorebirds also breed in the national park. Their chicks benefit from the abundance of mussels, snails and worms, as well as small fish in the Wadden Sea as food. The Wadden Sea accommodates one of the largest bird populations in Europe, an international hub for bird migratory flyways. Also for the eider duck, which fly here in their thousands from the Baltic to molt undisturbed. Sand and beach as far as the eye can see. The national park is also a place where the people from the 70 or so bordering communities come to relax. Some municipalities are also national park partners, such as St. Peter-Ording. Walking in the sand for kilometers on end, letting the wind blow the cobwebs away. Feeling in tune with nature. At low tide, the sea leaves behind tidal channels. Driven by the forces of gravity, the water finds a different route every few hours and draws new patterns in the mudflats. Worms, snails, crabs and mussels populate the mudflats. Up to 100,000 tiny mudflat snails can live on a single square meter. Extraordinary creatures perfectly adapted to life on the borderline between sea and land. Like this cockle, which can quickly bury itself again with its burrowing foot if it's washed free, or the lugworm that leaves spaghetti-like mounds. The exposed seabed also invites people to come for a walk. A variety of guided tours, certified by the National Park, are on offer into this unique natural landscape. Always observing the rhythm of the tides. For, as appealing as a trip to the mudflats at low tide may be, it only takes a few hours for the sea to take over once again. In the middle of the national park lies Zuiderorg, one of the Hallig Islands in the North Frisian Wadden Sea. The Halligen have no dikes to protect them against the high tide. Instead, the houses have been built on man-made mounds called Warften. The Hallig is farmed extensively. The farm animals and the wild birds on the salt marshes provide a lot of entertainment. "270 people live on the Hallig Islands. The state of Schleswig-Holstein makes sure that their Warften are high enough, and remain so as the sea level rises. When the sea starts to roar in autumn, it gets uncomfortable here. Land under. A threat of a different kind is the Mittelplatte. Germany's only oil drilling platform is right in the middle of the national park, a contradiction that only exists because the facility had already been granted a continuation permit when the national park was established in 1985. Oil production here will end by 2041 at the latest. The energy supplies of the future will be generated by other means. Nowhere in Germany does it whistle like here on the coast. Schleswig-Holstein wants to become the first climate-neutral region in Germany. In the national park, wind turbines are forbidden. Shrimp boats are out in the Wadden Sea day and night, often accompanied by a cloud of screeching gulls waiting to swoop down on the bycatch. Many fishermen are keen to reduce the amount of bycatch with new fishing techniques. Attempts are also being made to keep fishing boats out of certain areas of the national park, so that the organisms of the seabed can develop undisturbed. In the national park, the gulls are not the only fish lovers. After a hearty meal, the seals bask in the sun. In the 1970s, they'd become a rare sight. Only when hunting was banned and pollution levels in the North Sea reduced, the populations could recover. Today, there are over 8,000 seals in the Schleswig-Holstein Wadden Sea. Guided boat trips take people to the sandbanks for some seal spotting. Salt marshes mark the transition between sea and land. Many plants and small animals have adapted to this habitat and can only survive here. The salt marshes are home to around 2,000 species, a hotspot of biodiversity. Through efforts of the national park, many of the salt marshes formerly used as grazing land have now been returned to nature. Visible from afar, Westerhever, the most photographed lighthouse on the German coast. The two former keepers' houses are now one of over 20 national park stations. Young volunteers live and work here for a year. The spectacular view from the tower is an added bonus. In spring and autumn, daredevil flights can be observed on the sandbank in front of the lighthouse. Schleswig-Holstein's Wadden Sea is an area of unspoiled nature in the heart of Europe. In 2009, it was declared a World Natural Heritage Site. This puts it on a par with Serengeti and the Great Barrier Reef. A unique world where life flourishes. The people here are proud of their world heritage and happy to help it survive.